Just days after Al and Tipper Gore announced that they were separating, their daughter, Corinna, followed suit. This is on the heels of another Gore daughter filing for her divorce last year. We'll look at a new study that shows divorces can be contagious. It was surprising enough when Al and Tipper Gore announced their separation after 40 years of marriage. But this week, this family photo got a little more bittersweet. The couple's oldest daughter, Corinna Gore Schiff, shown here on her wedding day in 1997, announced she's also separating from her husband of 13 years. All of this comes after Kristen Gore, the daughter on the right of the picture, filed for divorce last year. 3 marriages falling apart in the same family in such a short time. Is the timing a coincidence, or can divorce really be contagious? Wendy Walsh is a psychologist. She's joining us from Los Angeles. Hey, good to see you, Wendy.
Nice to see you, Don.
So the Gores, you know, they aren't alone with with divorce. I mean, there are lots of divorce clusters in the country, right? Is it a psychological, is it a phenomenon here?
It is. I mean, social behavior can be contagious. And in fact, one study showed that it can even be contagious through friendships 2 degrees away. In other words, if you were to get a divorce, friends of your friends who may not even know you or hear about it can have more of a chance of getting divorced because the group norms change. Our sort of general rule. To give you an example of how group norms change, not so long ago, the F word was the worst thing you could ever say. Now it's in American literature all the time. The group norm has changed in our society. But the other thing I think, Don, that's really important that we should consider, it's not that divorce is contagious within families, it's that poor relationship skills are transmitted to the next generation.
That you just answered the next question. Could there be something else going on within a family or within even a neighborhood that makes it that makes it spread? What's the word I'm looking? Dysfunctional. And so it's more likely that people might get divorced or have bad marriage, you know, attributes within a marriage.
If their parents got divorced. You know, the Gores had good reason to keep this marriage together for so long because the marriage was an enterprise. They were building a political campaign. They had many things, glue that kept them together. But we don't know behind closed doors what kinds of relationship skills they had, what their intimacy issues were. But we do know for sure that that's what was taught to their children. Yeah,
and some families, you know, teach that just because the parents, you know, may want to have big careers and maybe following their careers and maybe so devoted to their careers that they see family as second, right? And that it's not necessarily what the parents may want to send out to their children, but just by them following a career so much and putting their family second, that's what the kid sees.
Exactly, and you know, that's sort of part of capitalism, and capitalism is all about individual rights and freedoms, individual ability to produce, and family kind of second. Whereas in more socialist countries, I'm Canadian, you'll see in Canada, we have kind of a little more interdependence and the belief system that what's good for the group is good for the individual. So yeah, people who put their careers first and family second send that message to their kids, for sure.
Okay, so you're saying that there's a cluster and it is contagious, but is there research showing otherwise? Because we've got to tell the other side here real quickly.
Well, I did find one study that actually said that children of divorced parents are less likely to get married, but if they do marry, they're more committed to that relationship. And you know a population of people like that, we all do, who say, my parents got divorced and I said I'd figure this out, I'd learn, and that's possible. We can all change and grow. Yeah,
and it's interesting because I think that, you know, everybody doesn't need to get married. Not everyone's meant to be married. And
absolutely.
We need to figure that out here, right? You shouldn't put pressure on people.
But we need to figure out, but we do need to figure out what is the best basket to raise kids in.
Absolutely.
And I think 2 people that have a biological connection to the kids, or people who have adopted and made that giant commitment, doesn't matter their gender, their color, their age, whatever, but they need to stick it out for that term.
Yeah, we always have good talks, Dr. Walsh. Appreciate it.
We do.
All right, take it easy. You know, her songs have sold more records